Hello everybody and welcome. I am going to show you little tips and tricks that I use to get better quality stop motion animation and also to make your animation process just a little bit faster, because I know that it can be a very time consuming and tedious activity. Okay, here's my family room, and this is where I'm going to set up my shoot. But I want to point out a couple of features about this room that make me change the way in which I do my animation. Okay, so here's my setup. Here's where I want to do my animating. There is this big patio door letting in all kinds of beautiful natural light. I'm going to use that because that's helping to light my scene. Also helping to light my scene is a typical overhead ceiling fan light. But because of these two light sources, I need to be real careful about where I set up to sit and to shoot. All right, now if I were to sit here on this side of the table looking out at the door, I'm going to throw my figures into shadow. Can you see that? The camera's also going to be struggling to deal with the light that's coming in from behind the characters. Remember, backlighting. You don't want backlighting when you're dealing with stop motion animation. All right? So I definitely want to move the camera over to this side. Okay? When I do that, I'm not throwing any light from the tripod onto my figures, okay? And I won't create any shadows when I come in here and I move my figures around. I can do all my work this way, and I'm not creating extra shadows. So let me teach you a little bit about animating on 1s, 2s, and 3s, and what that means. Animating on 1s means every pose of your figures will be on screen for 1 frame. Animating on 2s means that every pose of your figures will be on screen for 2 frames. And animating on 3s means that every pose will be on screen for 3 frames. What that does is slow down or speed up the action. It increases the fluidity or decreases the fluidity, how smoothly that action happens. And it also makes animating faster for you or slower for you, depending on how you go. Okay, so shooting on 1s, think very smooth, very fluid, high quality animation. Think Disney, okay? They shoot on 1s. Okay, that is very time consuming. It costs a lot of money to animate that way, and it takes a long time. It takes a team of animators to do that. Okay, animating on 2s, think more like Aardman Studios, so think like Wallace and Gromit, think Warner Brothers. They animate on 2s. It's slightly more choppy, not a lot. It feels very pacey because it's happening, because of the choppiness of it. Animating on 3s is very choppy. Think more like Dragon Ball Z. Okay, you're gonna see that disjointed choppiness in it. The only good thing about that is that if you're animating on 3s, you can spend a little bit more of your time crafting either better drawings or better figures, depending on what you're animating with. And you can spend your time and efforts on the creation process rather than on the animation process. It's really all up to style. There's not a right or wrong, okay? The rule of thumb in the industry is if you're having an action sequence, shoot on 1s. If you're doing anything else, shoot on 2s and 3s, and that's the standard practice. Okay? I hope this makes sense, and I hope you have fun animating. So it's very simple. You're just going to go shoot, shoot, okay, 2 times. Move your animation. And then once again, shoot, shoot, another 2 times. And I'm going to keep going that way for my entire scene. It's going to make the process of animation faster because it's going to make that animation
fuller and richer and last a little bit longer. Okay, we don't notice it. Like when you watch it, it's going to go so quickly that your eye is not going to see that there's two of each shot. Okay, so it's a little bit of a fool the eye kind of situation. If the action happening in the animation is a slower action, so like maybe you're going to zoom in for a close up on your figures and you want to slow the moment down, you can actually shoot in threes. And so you go 1, 2, 3, move your figure however you're moving them. 1, 2, 3, and keep going that way. Okay. When the app stitches it all together, you're never going to know that you repeated shots. It's just going to make your animation take up a little bit more time and have a fuller, richer experience for your audience. It's actually a super good trick. Okay, so when you're shooting today, make sure you're looking at where your light sources are coming from. Make sure you are trying to move whatever your tripod setup is so that you're not making shadows. And you're shooting in 2s or 3s. Okay, go be creative. Go be awesome, Ravens.
I have a little buddy who is helping me shoot these videos. It is Blue. Blue, say hello. Say hello. Okay, we're going to try it again. I've got Blue being more serious now. I just want to give a little quick shout out to all my Ravens who are out there working hard, helping their families. I heard from a couple students recently, and I'm so proud of you. What great kids you are. Okay, I'm thinking of you. You know who you are.